Instagram, Facebook. Also, the podcast runs every week as well. As soon as this main camera is up and running, I'll let you guys know. Get your questions ready. I'll be doing Q&A throughout the show. So anytime throughout the show, if you guys get a question, let me know. They'll come up on one of the big screens in front of me, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Give you the answer best I can.
All right, brother, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, rolling.
What's up, guys? This is Big Dru, and this is Titan Lifestyle. Yes, Titan Lifestyle. I do this every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are on the Eastern Coast, we're at 2 p.m. Anywhere else, you can check out the time located close to you and check us out every week. I talk about therapy of the week. I talk about Titan events. My favorite part, Q&A, and I usually pick out like two crazy topics for you guys. Sometimes they're over the top, sometimes they're just basic, but stuff I think you guys and girls will be interested in. But let's just quickly go on real quick. If I could pull up one of the screens, let's get some shout-outs going on real quick. Always like to give shout-outs before I get going. We got Seth Jordan's on here. Shout out to Seth. He's always on. He's already got a question. I'll get to it in a second. Tom Dollar, Mikey Old. We got Texas. We got Logan. We got Short and Sweet. Shout out Short and Sweet. She's been on here before. Cat Castmark just joined. Shipley Maxwell. Looks like a familiar name as well. Durden Boxing. Drestige. I can't pronounce that name. I'm sorry about that one. PISF. Tom Dollar Hides on here as well. Also, where are you guys tuning in from? Like what city or state or country? And if you're from another country, give me a shout out. Give me a flag, I should say, and I'll give you guys a shout out. We already got some questions coming up on here right now. Let's get to the first one. If you could scroll up, I think I saw one up top.
No, just that
Oh, that was it. Let's check it out. Seth Jordan, what do you think of the enhanced games of the Olympics? I'm not sure what you mean by enhanced games.
Oh, so you haven't heard about this yet. All right, so they've got the Enhanced Olympics. They're allowed to use enhancing drugs, but they're monitored by doctors, so they don't get to crazy levels, but you're allowed to
Yeah,
use.
so basically Art's telling me that the enhanced Olympics, you're allowed to use performance-enhancing drugs, but it's going to be monitored, so I guess, to make sure everybody's healthy, they don't want people going overboard. But that's going to be great. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. The crazy thing is if they do that and we don't see any records and everything remains the same, we're pretty much going to know what's been going on. So, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it. If I heard of it, it'll probably be one of today's topics. So maybe I'll talk about it next week. I'll look more into it so I can get some more details on it. But yeah, that sounds crazy. It's kind of like when A-Rod and, not A-Rod, Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa, that year they were just hitting crazy home runs and they got real bulked up and they got in trouble for performance enhancing drugs as well. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I want to see the biggest, strongest, fastest. They could throw the farthest, jump the highest, and whatever Olympic Games it is. So I like it, especially the fact that it's being monitored. That's what we do here at Titan Medical. We monitor everything. Now we don't give you stuff that's technically performance enhancing, but it's going to help you optimize your health. So we're not going to give you stuff that's going to make you break the 100 meters, but we're going to give you stuff that's going to make you look better, feel better, get your testosterone if it's low and optimal levels and all that good stuff. What else we got? Kimbo, yeah, what's up? Slang says, what's up, Kimbo? Yeah, I love it. I always get Kimbo or CT at least almost once a day at this point, depending on where I go. But yeah, I miss those backyard days too with Kimbo. That was exciting every week. I used to get excited for that stuff. Now it's kind of like, it is what it is. But yeah, he was one of the original backyard brawlers on YouTube. So rest in peace, Kimbo. We got Massachusetts in the house. Yes, I'm from Massachusetts as well. So it's good to see some people on here from the strong arm state. 508-617, Massachusetts. Let's go. What else we got on here? Tom Dollarhide said BCP, but I believe he means BPC 157. Any impact on kidney function? Not that I know of. Again, I'm not a doctor. I haven't heard of any impact on kidney function. I've used it before. BPC is great. And again, if you guys are interested in therapies and you heard about the FDA and all this stuff, or they're not going to be available, they still are available. So if you need them, 727-389-3220. Give us a call. We service all 50 states nationwide, except for Idaho. But if you're in Idaho and you have a friend or someone close to you in a neighboring state, we can ship to them. That's perfectly legal, and then they can ship it to you as well. So we'll get it to you if you're in the U.S., no matter what. But no, I don't think it has any impact on kidney function. And again, don't quote me on that, but I haven't heard of anything. And I'll look more into it because I like to give you guys answers, correct answers. I don't like to not know the answer to something. So that's in my memory bank, and I'll get to that as soon as the show's over. Seth Jordan says, looks up Peter Thiel. I'll check it out, Seth.
Yeah, it's
I guess he's funding it.
Dude, it's backed by like Olympic athletes and doctors and scientists. Yeah. It's legit.
This is good.
It's gonna compete with the Olympics for sure.
This is good. This is good. Maybe it'll give people a better understanding of, if they're taking stuff, especially if it's monitored by a doctor, it's not as crazy as, just a typical, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll take it, I don't know how much, I don't know for how long, and I don't know what to do to combat any side effects it may have. PISF, in order to get something from you guys, do you need to have low testosterone levels? It depends what you get from us. We have HRT, TRT, which is testosterone or hormone replacement therapy. If you get your blood work done, whether you got it done before us or whether you go through us, once we get your blood work, and if your testosterone level is low, and what I mean by low, everyone's different, just to give you guys an idea, like if it's 200 or 100 or 300, that's pretty low. But again, it's up to the medical provider to make that decision. But if you're too low, you'll get prescribed testosterone, and we're going to get you up to an optimal level. We're not going to get you up to, Mr. Olympia. It's not intended to put on all this crazy muscle and size. All we're going to get you is feeling better, performing better. So your libido is going to go up. Your sexual, which is your sex drive, is going to go up. Your appetite, your energy level, you're going to feel better, be able to recover better. But yeah, we're not going to make you, an animal, so to speak. But we can give testosterone if it's something that you're low in. We have other stuff too that we don't require blood work for. Pretty much anybody can get. You just call the line or fill out the new patient paperwork. Stuff like ECA, stuff like Hercules Potion, stuff that I use before I train, before I work out. You don't need blood work for that. So if it's something that's something you're interested in too, if you want to try that out first or get it to combine with the other ones, you can go to that as well. So we have a lot more things with testosterone, things for your hair, your skin, your nails, your sex drive, your appetite, to gain muscle, to lose weight, and pretty much everything. So give us a call and we'll hook you up. A lot of people on Weston, London, Grimes, Hulk Squad. Shout out to Hulk Squad. Haven't seen them in a while. I'm trying to get like an animal. Hey, if you're trying to get like an animal, you got to eat like an animal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. From India. Shout out to India. I love it.
Oh, good job, Seth.
Seth said he sent a bunch of people over last week. I like to hear that. I think he sent people over before too, so that's always good to hear. How to get rid of sugar. Don't eat it. Shout out to India. My boy Pratik looks like. His name's Pratik. Pratik the official. But yeah, he's asking how to get rid of sugar. Pretty much don't eat it. If there's something that you're eating or consuming and you want to burn it off, the best thing to do is just don't eat it. So if you're going to have sugar, certain things like fruits, so if it's natural sugar like honey or fruits, but even to a certain extent, that has to be limited. In other words, mangoes are great. It's a sweet fruit. But if you're eating 30, 40 mangoes a day, you may gain weight, and that's too much sugar. So everything's good within reason. But again, no unnatural sugar is the best way to get rid of sugar. Just don't have it at all.
He's also on YouTube and asked the same question.
Maybe he has low blood sugar. If he has low blood sugar, we have things here that can help with that as well. I know about that as well. So
I want you to see
that's going to be good.
I want you to see like the people, like the About Us page with all the scientists and all the athletes, man. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, and what Olympics? Like winter, summer, all Olympics? I mean, anything that's in the Olympic category?
Yeah, everything. Like everything that they have, they're going to have to.
So what I want to see is the basketball, because I want to see, I've always, there's a lot of basketball players that are underweight and not strong enough or fast enough that, I mean, look at Victor, look at the #1 draft guy right now, 7'4", 7'5", skinny, and he can do everything. Just imagine if he gained 30 pounds of muscle and can jump higher. It'd be unfair. So I want to see it. It's going to be fun. Regulated though. It's going to be regulated. So everybody out there, it doesn't mean all of a sudden, oh yeah, we can be enhanced. They're doing the Olympics. That means I could do it. No, they're checking their blood work. They're regulating everything with a doctor. Make sure everything doesn't get out of control. And also too, their dosages are going to be regulated as well too. So if their levels are too high, then they're going to kind of keep it like a level playing field. And keep it better. It's going to be a lot better, more entertaining as well.
So this is the lady that passed away from the cookie.
Yeah, we had a 25-year-old woman dies after eating mislabeled cookies. What sucks about this is, I mean, it sucks that anybody passes away. She's young, and the thing is she read the label on the package, which is something I always preach to, whether it's clients or people I'm talking to. Read the label. Don't just read the front. Read the actual ingredients. Don't just read nutrition facts. Read the actual ingredients and what's in there. Everything, the caution, everything. What happened is this company. They made a change in the way their ingredients or how they process the food, and they didn't let the higher ups, I guess, know. So they never made the adjustment to put the peanut warning on it. So in other words, it said it contained soy in milk, but it didn't say that it contained peanuts. And this woman had an allergic reaction to peanuts, and at 25 years old, she passed away because of this. So. What's terrible about this is, I mean, it's the company's, obviously it's the company's fault for not labeling. I know people that are allergic to certain things. They're just used to reading labels because their whole life, oh, I can't eat this if it has nuts or blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, even if she literally read the label, every word that was on that packaging, it literally said nothing. So she figured she could eat it, and she did. She passed away. So this is bad, especially now with people thinking that everybody's putting stuff in the food. Nothing's natural anymore. But this is a situation where it was just one ingredient was off. And this wasn't an ingredient that, you know, harmed many people. It was just someone that had an allergic reaction to it. So it wasn't contaminated fish or chicken that happened to thousands of people. It was just one ingredient, and it just so happened that one person ate it. I'm glad they picked up on this quickly, though, because if this didn't make the national news and I wasn't talking about it, it wasn't in the headlines, and it could be someone else, another man or woman out there that just eats something and doesn't read the labels and doesn't read exactly everything. Now, what I think they should do is, they might have it. They should have some type of testing. They have EpiPens if something happens where you could get it and have stick yourself, and if you have allergic reaction, it kind of makes it go away, kind of like a supercharged Benadryl or any, takes it out of you. But I think they should have something that you could actually test the food before you consume the food. Because what happens is you're eating the food, you have an allergic reaction, oh, let me fix it, and then let me take the EpiPen. It's kind of like, what I always say about putting fuel in the tank and keeping oil in the car. Don't wait for the light to come on, then put the fuel in. When they're doing it this way, they're kind of like waiting for something bad to happen and then correcting it. Why not just not allow something bad to happen? So in other words, they have like a small container or something where you put it into the food, and if the container tests it, if it turns a certain color, whether it's green, blue, red, yellow, whatever the color coding is, if you're allergic to peanuts, you take your food, you dip the thing in there. If it turns a certain color, oh, it has peanuts in it, I can't eat it. Like that would be a lot safer than they could have those food sample things at restaurants. Grab a little toothpick or whatever it is, put it in your food. If there's a way they could do it, I don't know if they could do it like that. But there's got to be a way they could test the food before you have it, regardless of what it says in the label, because you're really putting your life, the trust in your life into someone else. So it's kind of, you're playing Russian roulette at this point, like literally, even though you read the packet, it doesn't say it on there. So that's terrible that it happened. And anybody else out there that's had an allergic reaction on something where they ate it and they actually read the label and they still had allergic reaction? A lot of people, it's not that serious and they don't really do anything about it. So I'm sure it's happened before, but someone didn't pass away, and then maybe they took their EpiPen or something like that. But labeling is a mark. It's this guy Pratik from India. Shout out to India. Said labeling is a marketing game these days, and not cared about people's health. Yes, it's true. It's true. I think in this case it was a slip up, though. I mean, if everything's truthful in what I read, they made a change in the recipe, and the chief safety officer. He was never notified in the change of recipe. So whoever's job it was to notify the chief chief safety officer. So whoever it was to provide him the information didn't do it. So they should be penalized, or they shouldn't work there anymore. Something should happen to that person because of this. I mean, that's bad. Tim Dollarhide said there could always be a cross-contamination. Would be good to have a test. Yeah, exactly. Good to have a test. Yeah, there could always be something else too. So, but then this situation, it wasn't like the company said, no, we didn't put peanuts in there. They said, oh, we made a mess up. So they actually admitted to the thing. So even if they did have a test, and it came back as something else, they still had peanuts in there, which they shouldn't have. So nowadays you see pretty much milk, soy, peanuts, you know, you see it on there, allergic reactions. I think they should have more allergy warnings on labels of food, because we have the major ones, you know, milk or soy or peanuts, shellfish, but there's a lot of allergic reactions that people have to other stuff that's not even really so much a flavor in the food or whatever it is, seasoning, or it could be an energy drink, anything that can mess you up. So be careful and go with companies you know. If you always drink or eat a certain brand of a company and then you try to go with a cheap off brand, it might mess you up. I know right now they have a huge recall on eye drops, because Lumify eye drops is a knockoff brand, because Lumify is expensive. It's like $20 for eye drops, $30 for eye drops. There's a knockoff brand that's a lot cheaper. They have the same color box and everything, and now there's huge bacteria. People are having infections because of it. So go with what you know. Go with reputable companies, and if it costs a little bit more, it's worth it.
We had a couple comments. Let me see here.
Pete, any of the hair loss products, do they actually work? Like, does it stop the hair loss or helps the hair already lost grow back? It will actually thicken up the follicles, produce more follicles. So does it stop the hair loss? It could halt hair loss, and it's going to help regrowth of actual hair, and it's going to make your hair thicker. So the purpose of it is to slow down or stop hair loss. And yeah, it will thicken up what you already have. I haven't used it. I'm too far gone. I've been shaving my head for over 10 years now. So, but yeah, I've heard of people using it, and I mean, if they continue to use it, I'm assuming it's working. Pratik says 4 liters of water good for the body. Yes, 4 liters of water is good. Over here in the U.S., we try to say a gallon of water a day. So 4 liters of water is, yeah, it's good. Yes, nowadays plenty of food has sugar. Let me see. Pratik, do I have an Instagram account? Yes, I do. Big Dru 616. BIGDRU 616. Let me see. Tim Dollarhide. There could always be more cross contamination stuff. Let me see what else.
Which one is better? Doctor walking on cardio? He's not a doctor, but good question.
Which one is better? Walking, cardio, or outdoors? I would actually, depending on where you live first, because I mean, if you're in Alaska in the wintertime, or something crazy like that. But I always preach, or I like to say that the more warm climate, the better when you're doing cardio, because it's going to increase thermogenesis. It's going to make you work a little bit harder. It's going to help with your joints if you have any type of ligament or elbow or knee issues. So I would always say to work out, if you could do your cardio outside's better. Now, if you're beyond the point of just walking on a treadmill, like if you need to actually run or do stairs, find some stairs. Find a building, go up and down the stairwell. Find a football stadium that has bleachers, or even a box. Just go up and down on the box, one step up, one step down on the box in that hot weather. So I always say it's better if it's outside, if it's hot. Now, if you live in a cold weather area and it's cold outside, but there's a gym that's hot, I would recommend doing it in a gym that's hot as well. So I like to do cardio with no AC. I like to be hot. Sweatshirt on so you can, sweat it up. Basically, sweat it up. Anybody else have any questions? Let's see if we have anybody new questions. Thank you for the follow. IFBB, Lonica Beast just joined. Shout out to him. Shout out to Freddie Fade. Shout out to Zabil. Shout out to Bayan, the 96. Let's see what we got here. I don't see any. Trying to get this TikTok going. TikTok won't pull up.
Yeah, there's no TikTok. I'm watching that one. Alrighty, let's hit the second topic.
Let's get to the second topic. Second topic, FBA warns over gas station heroin, urges convenience stores to remove product. Another product that they sell at gas stations is basically killing people. I know you guys, I'm not going to say I know. Back in the day, a few years back, the spice thing, they always had spice in all these convenience stores. It was a chemical. It wasn't illegal, but it was something people made, and it was dangerous. And now this is even worse. They're putting it basically in powdered products and energy drinks. You know, whether it's capsules or putting inside bottles. The crazy thing about this, I mean, the ingredient, it's the ingredient. I mean, I'm sure people have heard of it. Maybe they haven't. Tianepin, I can't pronounce this. Tianeptine. I believe that's how you say it. I'm not sure pronunciation. But basically, it's not so much about the ingredients, about what's happening in these stores. They're basically putting this stuff inside energy drinks, capsules, you know, pre-made, ready-to-drink energy drinks that are already bottled up with fancy labels and all that stuff. The crazy thing about this stuff is it's extremely addicting. It's extremely addicting like an opiate. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, opiate is like a synthetic pharmaceutical pill that's as addictive as heroin. So opiate is basically like a synthetic heroin. It's just as addicting, if not more. Now, this is just as addicting as an opiate, if not more than an actual opiate. So what happens is people are going to the store, they're buying this stuff. This one person said, this is like heroin times 1,000. It's very devastating and life-destroying. And that's a former user that used to use this drug. So it's not someone that just heard about it and, you know, they went to school and did their research. This is a former actor that used to take it. And she says it's worse, more addicting than heroin. They're selling it at stores. So again, back at these stores with these labels, now here we have another store. You can go and buy it without a prescription. It's more addicting than pretty much heroin. And people are literally getting addicted to this. There's one guy in here that was spending like hundreds of dollars every day on it. Like the same way people get a craving, they need that drug, they need this stuff. So I don't understand. I mean, I'm sure FDA or someone's going to crack down, or if they already haven't, from this article. It's already been banned in 9 states. So we can hopefully we can get it banned in all the states. But again, this is what happens. They're going to ban this drug, and chemists or whoever are going to come up with another drug. They're just going to change one structure off of it to make it not illegal, and then they're going to do that, and it's going to keep happening over and over again. So, again, read the labels on stuff that you guys get or girls get. Once you have a bottle, read literally every single word. If you don't know what it is, if it's not like, you know, Gatorade or something that you drank before and you know what it is, like read every label on there. You know, every little word, read everything, because what happens is sometimes they'll put the ingredient that's more dangerous than the actual warning. So you'll read a label. First thing you do if you don't know what it is, oh, is it bad for me? Or so you turn it around, you read the warning label. And then after you read the warning label, oh, okay, I'm good. And you don't read any other label, you drink it. But what happens is this company's smarter than, they're looking past that. They're like, oh, we don't want to put the warning in the real bad stuff in the actual warning. We'll just put it somewhere else on the label. So what they'll do is you look around the label, you'll see a little asterisk somewhere, and then you'll see this product contains hazardous whatever. So read everything on the bottle. Read everything on the bottle. And again, just because you could buy it at the store with a prescription or without a prescription doesn't mean it's safe. If you guys need energy, if you guys want to look better, feel better, call us. We have plenty of things that aren't addicting, that are safe, that are monitored through a doctor. If you need energy, we have ECA that has the same amount of caffeine as your standard energy drink, but it also has ephedrine, aspirin, B12, choline, so it's going to give you more natural energy too. So stay away from this guy's stuff. If anybody has heard of anybody taking this stuff or being affected by it, or if anybody out there right now is literally wondering why they keep going back to the store and they're like, oh man, this stuff is like crack. It literally is. Like you hear people say that all the time about certain stuff, whether it's a candy bar or anything. So people are always going back and they need it. It's kind of like Chick-fil-A. What are they really putting in there? Why are people, why is it really going on and on? But yeah, it is what it is. Excuse me. Let's see who else we got. Red Rocket, Cruiser, Evan Serp, VIP Kennels, Camerando, Dr. Burbasham, Big Daddy the God, Ken Trees, Billy B, Art. We got a lot of people. We got another Art on here.
Oh, no, man. All right. That's it for now. All right.
That's it for now. If we got anybody else, just check TikTok real quick. Jump into some of these. Let's jump into some of these events coming up. So let's jump into these events. Upcoming Titan events. 210 Healthy Family Affair. That's at Waterworks in Tampa. Again, it's a family event at the Waterworks. So come outside, be outside with the kids. You know, it's good benefit right there. After that, 229 Tampa will be at the Arnold Sports Festival. So, guys, girls, tune in every week. Follow me on my Instagram. Follow Titan, whether on their social media as well, to figure out exactly what's going to be going on and what Titan's going to be doing out there. So, a little bit different this year how we're doing it. So just keep watching, keep tuning in. I'll let you guys and girls know exactly what we'll be doing, where we'll be, who we'll be with, and all that stuff. But I'm very excited about this. That's 229 back in Ohio for the Arnold Sports Festival. After that, March 30th, the Klash. Ladies, get ready. This is like one of the biggest bikini shows, bikini series of the whole year. So it's a national qualifier. It's open nationwide. Masters and regular bikini as well. 40 to 50 plus. These ladies look like they're 20. So come watch the show. It's going to be a great show. That's the Klash series on March 30th. After that, April 27th, another Klash show. It is the Klash series, so there's like 4 or 5 different Klash shows. We're going to be at all of them. Next one is going to be April 27th. That's the Girl Power show. So it's an all-female show. Ladies, girls, if you're interested in bodybuilding, if you're interested in fitness, if you're just getting into this sport right now, I guarantee this is going to be the show that's going to, give you pretty much the drive to keep going forward. I highly encourage young ladies or even ladies that are older or just getting into fitness, if you want to get into this sport and this is something you think you could do, come to this show. It's very empowering. It's a pro show and a natural. I shouldn't say natural. It's a pro show and an NPC show as well. So come check that show as well. After that, we have the NPC Klash, another Klash show, the Southern USA Championships. That's in Orlando, Florida. Excuse me. Orlando, Florida, another Klash show. That's April 25th, May 25th, I should say. Again, guys, girls, come to all these Klash shows. They're all going to be in Orlando. It's like every other month or every month. So it's a great show. I'm very excited about that. If you need tickets, check out the website. I might give out some free tickets for that one as well. Just hit me up. Next one, IFBB Klash Series. This is the All-South Championship. Very good show. I did this show. I won this show back in 2016. All-South. Back then it was in St. Augustine. But this year it's going to be in Orlando. It's going to be a great show as well. National qualifier and also a pro show as well. So that's going to be a great show. Let's see what else we have. Any questions on here?
TikTok.
One came up as I was talking about.
Yeah, this is the one from TikTok. No, we were not gonna. He just asked about the Arnold.
Yeah, Tom Dollarhigh, I'll let you guys know exactly what will be at the Arnold. We'll be out there in Ohio. No booth, but I'll let you know exactly what we're doing. We're trying to get everything organized right now, but we'll have something going on. I'll let you know where we'll be at. Cheyenne's on here. Pat Allison. What's that? Andre Nogue. Bad with the names.
Here we go. Look at this guy. Are you going to enter the... Oh, yeah, the 60-day challenge.
Are you going to enter the 60-day challenge? No, but thank you for bringing it up. Yes, shout out to Roman's Loft. 60-day challenge. We're having a 60-day challenge here at Titan. Pretty much lose the most weight, get in the best shape, and you can win some stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. We had one last year. Well, I monitored all the people, and John monitored all the people. We looked at pictures and picked out a winner. We had a winner for the women. We had a winner for the men. What's good about the men, and actually both winners from last year are still going at it. They're still eating good. They're even more in shape. They're even more healthy. So it's good. It's good. We pretty much got them hooked on it now. Pratik is asking, is it good to do a water fast? I would say no. I'm not a fan of fasting on food, but with water, absolutely not. I wouldn't recommend it. Your body needs water. Your body is mostly water. So again, if you had to pick between fasting water or food, I would definitely say fast with the food. Yeah, but you definitely need some type of water. Even bodybuilders, competitive bodybuilders, people hear about, they don't drink any water. That's only for like maybe the day of the show or the day before. And then as soon as they're off that stage, they're drinking water again. So for the most part, bodybuilders are people that are into fitness. They're walking around with a gallon of water jug all day. They're walking around with their food all day. So you want to be fuel, good, clean fuel, food and water all day long.
What's the point of fasting water anyways?
Yeah, I don't understand the point of fasting water. Maybe if you're a wrestler, boxer, if you're trying to make a certain weight for a weight limit, you would do a water fast, but then again, those people aren't really fasting. They're just trying to suck the water out of them, whether they go in saunas or diuretics or whatever the case may be. So
Trying to make weight, it's not about
yeah.
health at all.
The only time I would not drink water is if I was going on an airplane and I didn't want to use the restroom. Other than that, pretty much you want to be drinking water.
All right, that's pretty much it for now.
That's pretty much it for now. Make sure there's no more questions before I sign off.
Yep. And there's YouTube. Thank you, Romans. And yep, we're good.
That's pretty much it. All right, that's pretty much it for this week, guys and girls. I'll be back next week, 2 p.m. every Friday, Eastern Standard Time. I'll talk about Titan Events Therapy of the Week, 2 crazy topics and question and answers as well next week. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you hit the bell so you're notified of videos like this. As well, I talked about the podcast we have earlier, so you could always check that out on your iPhone. Just go to the podcast icon, type in Titan Medical. I've done 200 episodes, so you can plenty of shows you can listen to, or you can backtrack and get information you may have missed on the show. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and also on YouTube. So I'll see you guys next week. Tune in. Have